What do you love the most about Italy? The landscape, the culture, the food? My name is Vincenzo from the food blog Vincenzo's Plate, and through 8 foodie and adventure-filled days, I'm going to unlock what I love, the secrets of the greenest region in the boot, my native Abruzzo, where I grew up. I now live in Australia and haven't been back for a couple of years, so not only will you get to meet my family and friends, but together we will cook and eat our way through some of the treasures of Italy's best-kept secret. Welcome to Italy Unexplored with Vincenzo's Plate. Welcome to Abruzzo.
In this final episode, we salute Abruzzo by capturing its essence one last time. Our final road trip in the region takes us to a magical organic farm in Anversa called La Porta dei Parchi, which translates into the door to the parks. And that pretty much sums up its 972 hectares of land perfectly. One of the owners of the farm, Manuela, is our fascinating guide for the day.
Io rappresento l'avanguardia.
The farm really is her calling, and she has built the environment by ensuring all farm processes follow the original traditions practiced on the land. Keeping with the theme of simple pleasures, Vincenzo can't help but share a recipe, mixing just a few ingredients, including farm-fresh eggs, to cook up a traditional Abruzzese dish that will make you salivate at the screen. We are then brought back to where our adventure began, Pescara Beach and our favourite beach club, Acapulco. Here, we farewell friends, family, and all the marvellous food, and raise a glass or two to the experiences we have had and the people we met along the way. As we embark upon the final day of our expedition, it seems that we may have left the best till last. The town of Anversa should be high on the Abruzzo bucket list, another spot known for its stone abbeys and castles which dot the mountainside. Locals know too well all the secrets of the town and live a simple life, which they wouldn't change for anything. Vincenzo quickly finds the piazza staple and stops for a cold rush of water at the fontana before we arrive at Anversa's most fascinating institution, and boy does it provide a glimpse of the real Italy.
I'm already relaxed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at Porta dei Parchi, which means
The door to the parks.
with my beautiful wife, Suzanne, and Manuela, a great person that you will get to learn more about her very soon.
La Porta dei Parchi perché siamo proprio nel cuore delle aree protette abruzzesi, fra Parco Nazionale d'Abruzzo e Parco della Maiella. Anversa interamente rientra nella riserva regionale Colle del Sagittario, quindi un patrimonio naturale incontaminato all'interno del quale noi cerchiamo di conservare la tradizione pastorale che ha in sé una grande ricchezza sia di storia che di prodotti genuini. Qui esisteva solo il progetto di realizzare un'azienda di allevamento che potesse garantire in mezzo a queste montagne opportunità di lavoro per i giovani, perché altrimenti tutti se ne sarebbero andati. A distanza di 30 anni abbiamo una realtà con 15 posti di lavoro, tanto entusiasmo ancora, quindi penso sia una formula vincente anche per il futuro delle nostre montagne.
Io posso sentire un accento diverso dall'accento abruzzese. Abbiamo un accento toscano.
La mia origine parte dalla Toscana, ma a differenza della Toscana io ho incontrato qui già 30 anni fa una genuinità che purtroppo in altre regioni, per quanto bellissime a livello italiano, non si trova più. La Toscana è un perfetto prodotto turistico, probabilmente molto più curato di quanto non lo sia il nostro mondo rurale, ma l'Abruzzo mantiene ancora una genuinità che in nessun'altra parte d'Italia, ma direi anche al di fuori dell'Italia, io non ho più incontrato, ecco, almeno nei paesi industrializzati. Qui non c'è bisogno di Facebook per stare in sintonia con le persone, la sintonia avviene proprio attraverso il capitale delle relazioni.
Sì.
Chi viene qui e condivide con noi il nostro progetto di vita si rende conto dell'importanza di difendere, ecco, questo spaccato di mondo, di cultura, di storia, e quindi diventa partecipe della nostra attività.
To all those remarking that this lifestyle is just a fruit of the past and that rural life is now being driven by industrial civilization, Manuela explains the importance of her work for nature, humanity, and all those she is surrounded by, striving to make a difference with one clear vision.
Io rappresento l'avanguardia perché nel mondo rurale abbiamo un'etica della vita, oltre che del lavoro, che è quella di non consumare per il piacere del consumo, ma solo per necessità. E quindi è un modello sicuramente più sostenibile di vita e di lavoro. E tanti giovani questo cominciano a capirlo.
Certo, non vedo l'ora di vedere cosa fate qui. Mia moglie ama il formaggio.
Solo un pochino.
Adora il formaggio a colazione, pranzo, cena, anche mentre dorme il formaggio, sogna il formaggio.
Allora possiamo provare a conoscere l'abilità nelle mani per realizzare insieme questo prodotto miracoloso.
The first step to making cheese is pasteurizing the milk. The milk, of course, comes from the sheep that live here on the fields. It's absolutely incredible what's done here because everything is done in the most authentic way possible, using animals that live here in the area and are also looked after by all of the people that work in this same agriturismo. What's incredible is that everything is done in the most genuine and natural way. Not only is the milk pasteurized here behind me, but the rennet is made in the most genuine way to ensure that the milk itself contains all of the minerals and vitamins that it should. In fact, we can then retain 70% of the minerals and vitamins. So what we're doing here is warming up the milk to 36 degrees. To 36 degrees, and this in fact is the first process to making the delicious cheese that we'll show you a little later on. And now we've reached the next process of making the Pecorino Abruzzese, the Abruzzese Pecorino cheese, which is actually one of my favourites, I have to say. So I am still really thrilled about having this experience today. What the process basically involves here is almost a solidification of the milk. What that means is that after this process is finished, our professional assistant here has the opportunity to cut through this solidified milk, which is almost has the texture of a pudding or a panna cotta. And what happens is it actually begins to separate the water from the milk. The most important thing that needs to happen is that this milk is then lifted because it's actually already formed into a type of cheese. But it's so fresh that it has to be consumed within 24 or 48 hours and then go bad. The next process then involves that which helps us to formulate another type of cheese, which will ensure it can be eaten within a couple of years and it will last and remain fresh rather than having to be eaten straight away. But what we have here is the first taste of the freshest cheese that you can possibly find, which is pasteurized milk. It's formed and started to solidify. And it's still warm as well, and it's delicious. So what this next process involves is ensuring that the best parts of the cheese have formulated at the very, very bottom, and it works like a sponge. So everything is absorbed at the bottom. So we had to wait probably around 10 minutes or so for this process to become, for us to get to the next stage. The next stage is where my heaven becomes a little bit more of a reality. And what happens is we have to ensure that we take out as much of the water as we possibly can and ensure that the milk, which is the part that has now solidified, gets to the next phase of becoming the cheese that we all know and love and we eat quite regularly. It's at about 40 degrees now, and I can feel the heat coming off. It's just incredible.
questa operazione è quella che dà il nome al formaggio, perché formaggio means messo in forma.
Of course. So basically the word formaggio comes from making a form, which is exactly what you're seeing here, making the shape of the cheese. It's quite funny. It's so simple and yet something we had no idea about.
This is love, huh? We share a passion. You have to take the water out.
So you take the water out, and in doing
You do
that,
better than me.
and in doing that, it removes it from fermenting. We're obviously not very good at it. We need some help.
You have to work very hard, right?
Well, yeah, except you've got to get rid of all of these. Well, it looks like tiny bits of liquid once he's finished with it. For us,
You magic hand. This is gonna be the best cheese in the world. Not only because you touched it, also because he's finishing it.
the master of cheese over
Il
here.
maestro. Now it's time to try the raw cheese, if we can say it. This is like heaven for us. Not a warm.
Oh wow, it's beautiful. The texture is almost like, sort of like mozzarella.
Yeah, but it's like a texture of a ricotta, maybe? A mix of
But kind of harder.
kind of hard. Yeah. This is very unique.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's
Wow.
incredible. Unique. Like you. What a life experience.
Every single wheel of cheese is handled with care, and quality is never sacrificed. After all the applicable steps are taken, the wheels are then stored in a cool room, also known as cheese heaven, where they form a crust of mould that is then automatically shed before it further matures and is ready to be served. Various types of cheese are made here, and they're available to purchase directly, but are also sold to neighbouring stores and restaurants globally who all recognise the original made in Italy taste.
So apart from kidding around, so basically on the fields here we have over 1,500 animals that are situated on over 900 hectares of land. It's absolutely huge. There are a variety of animals, and the sheepdog that you saw earlier protects a number of these animals on the land as well.
Well, 1,500 animals. Surrounded in what? 900?
Exactly 972 hectares of land.
That's a lot. And everything here is fresh. These beautiful animals, they only eat fresh produce, fresh local produce. Artificial, that word, actually you offend her if you say it, is not in a vocabulary. That's not something that here in Anversa people like to say. So,
And unfortunately, in a number of other parts of the world, across heaven only knows how many different types of produce, a lot of animals, unfortunately, these days are fed a number of hormones and terrible things that aren't actually produced from the land. Here, we defend and protect the animals and the produce, ensuring that the quality of everything that's produced is 110%, and probably a lot better than that too, and protects a number of the traditions that have been brought on for many, many parts of the world and many, many years.
so thank you so much, Manuela. Honestly, I can't wait to try the cheese.
Okay.
Okay.
I've discovered some really incredible things, and one of them I'd like to share with you is something that this wonderful, wonderful woman has created, and she's going to give you a summary of exactly how it works.
We was the first people to propose to adopt a sheep, and it is an important project to save our culture and our work. And it is possible to adopt a sheep by internet, and you receive the documents in English too. And you have to give her the name and the products you prefer among our products, not only cheese, but also marmalade and liqueur and many other typical products of this area.
I have a little bit of lunch.
Okay.
Oh, you don't visit anywhere in Italy without having something to eat
Of
at the
course.
end.
We were looking on the internet through the WOOF Association, which is a work for stay and food. I emailed Manuela and she said, oh, come on down. So here we came. It's been an amazing experience. You literally do the work of the farm. You get to feel what it's like. To me, it was about finding what it is you need to do to make a perfect product. They make cheese naturally, 100% natural, and truly made with many hands involved. And I wanted to put my hands in too. And so we got to do that here.
Wow.
And
work in the garden and
work in the garden
just
and
be in the beautiful landscape.
Would you recommend it to all American friends?
Of course.
Of course, yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Any day you should just go in. You learn so much and you develop an appreciation for the work that is done in a place like this, because there is so much work.
Thank you so much, Suzanne, for making us dream about this place,
No, I can't wait to eat.
and for sharing your passion. Give you some. Here, have some.
The antipasto was like no cheese board we had ever tasted. It seemed we somehow managed to try almost every type they make. Some were salty, others sweet, but all of them 100% fresh. Also on the menu, homemade prosciutto and a special salami made from sheep. So if you consider yourself an organic advocate, pay a visit and get a taste of what it's really all about.
Hi and welcome to Vincenzo's Plate. Today we are making an ancient recipe from Abruzzo called pallotte cacio e ovo, which is cheese and eggs balls. Very unique. This is simplicity at its best. An authentic recipe that is part of the cucina povera, which is what Italian food is all about, family food. This recipe is very old because the shepherds, in the old days, they used to go away for months with the shepherds, with the sheep and the animals. They used to go away and walk for months so that the sheep could be able to eat fresh grass every single day. And they didn't have much food. They were also poor, so they had to create something with nothing. And honestly, this is delicious. So let's see how to make it pallotte cacio e ovo. First thing to do is to make the beautiful, simple tomato sauce. So warm up the pan, put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, a nice finely chopped garlic, a nice amount of tomato sauce once the garlic is nice and cooked. And then we put a nice leaf of basil and just a pinch of salt. And then we cook it for about 15 minutes. Oh, this beautiful tomato sauce smells delicious. So to make pallotte cacio e ovo, we need 4 eggs, 250 grams of fresh grated Pecorino cheese, and 100 grams of Parmesan. I like to use Parmesan just to give the extra taste, but you can use 350 grams of Pecorino if you like. Then we need a finely chopped garlic, and some nice chopped parsley, and some salt and pepper. Now we need a nice loaf of nice Italian bread. Cut the crust. Try to use bread that is at least 2 days old. Wet it with water and squeeze it very well. Now let's start with 2 slices of bread, then we mix the mixture, and then we see the consistency. If it's too soft, too liquidy, we put a little bit more bread. But if it's right, then we're ready to go. Now it's time to mix it very well. Let's have fun with this. Make sure the consistency is right. I feel like I need to put more bread in it. Still a bit too soft, so let's put a little bit more bread. Now mix it again. Now, if you're using fresh bread, I would recommend you to use some breadcrumbs to make it a little bit more dry, because fresh bread doesn't do the job properly. Now you wet your hands, you get about this much, and you want to make the little bowl. Not too big, that's how big it should be. And now we are ready to fry them. Now let's warm up the olive oil at 130 Celsius degrees. You want to cook the cheese and eggs balls for about maximum 2 minutes. Beautiful pallotte caciova ready. Let's put them on the kitchen paper. Yum! The smell here is just divine. Let the pallotte caciova rest for about 10 minutes and then you put them in the tomato sauce. They can actually be eaten even like that. You don't have to put them in tomato sauce. The way they are, they're perfect. The flavors of Abruzzo right here in this beautiful terracotta, beautiful pan. Let's get a little bit of tomato sauce. Look at that. From the beautiful region of Abruzzo, guys, all I can say is come here and visit this beautiful region. Thank you so much. E ora si mangia. Pallotte caciove with Vincenzo's plate.
So there you have it. Our 8-day venture has come to an end, and we have come full circle. Back to Pescara Beach it is. Destination, our local beach club, Acapulco.
Signora, oh, chi si rivede? Come va?
Ciao tesoro.
Che bello.
Tutto bene?
Sì, tutto bene. A voi come va? Welcome to Acapulco Beach here in Pescara, where everyone is so friendly and happy. Look at this. How can you not be happy? Right on the beach. Amico mio, come va? Fresh pizza on the beach. See. Let's show our friends how happy we are here in Pescara.
Do you want a pizza?
Yes, of course.
This is on my pizza, the best pizza of Pescara and Italy. And later in the world.
Grazie.
So where else in the world can you have pizza or white pizza and cocktail on the beach? Only here in Pescara. So let's go and see how the beach is like.
Pescara Beach is divided into a mass of private clubs, with our choice being Acapulco. We have hired a huge umbrella, which has a front row view of the sun-kissed rays and cool, calm water. All of our surroundings are a reminder of La Dolce Vita, the beautiful life that this nation is so famous for. Taking time out, meeting with friends and family, and creating quality memories. The atmosphere is relaxed, there's plenty of food, and the sun is setting on our location, which is about to turn into our very own beach party.
Arrosticino on the beach. It's time for us to organize dinner. Zio is the master tonight. Look at this, the focaccia with prosciutto, mortadella.
Abruzzo really is a region that can make your mouth water. With some of the best ingredients, such as extra virgin olive oil produced here, it really is about combining simple flavours and respecting food. Even focaccia with tomatoes in a scene such as this makes time stop while you live in the moment.
Bella vita. Italian lifestyle.
But what is a moment like this in Abruzzo without the coveted arrosticini? Tonight, we have chosen the desired skewers as our last supper. And with Vincenzo's dad and uncle, who are master grillers on the charcoal, our feast is sizzling away. And not all is lost for the young ones either, who are growing up to appreciate not only arrosticini, but all of the flavours of Italy, and from such a young age, understanding the importance of a Mediterranean diet. The flavours of Abruzzo are all about authenticity and enjoyment. Cooking should not be a chore, and eating shouldn't be either.
So guys, this is my Italy, this is Abruzzo, this is what I want you to see, the real stuff. What can I say? I really had a great time, great holiday. Even though I grew up here, I lived here half of my life, I'm still learning new things. I'm still seeing new things thanks to Francesca from Italy Tours and from my family and to great, guys. What we're doing here tonight is very rare. I don't think you can do this anywhere in the world. It's time for me to have an arrosticino. Grazie, zio. Italy, the place where you can do what you want, where you can enjoy, as long as you're nice to the Italian people. See you in Abruzzo and enjoy the arrosticini.
Scotta.
State days have been filled to the brim with adventure, laughter, and locations we feel as though we unearthed ourselves. Each moment shared engulfed our senses and captured an emotion that in some ways is too difficult to describe. Abruzzo is a region often overlooked, and with so much to offer, it's hard to understand why. But if you do get to visit, even your wildest expectations are likely to be exceeded.
E ora si mangia
Vincenzos Place!
No, iniziamo così, dai.
No, but I am laughing.
So thanks to Hidden Italy. Faccio le facce.
For giving us. Yeah.